Danny Segura for MMAJunkie.com. I'm here at the PFL playoffs in Hollywood, Florida, standing next to Bella Mir, obviously daughter of Frank Mir, former UFC heavyweight champion. Bella, you're 2-0 in mixed martial arts. You started as a pro. How has this journey been like? I know you've been involved in combat sports, wrestling, but MMA, how has it been like in this 2-0 run that you've been in?
It's been, I feel like I've been waiting to do this my whole life, and I'm finally here, and I feel like I'm living the life that I always wanted to be.
Yeah, you recently turned 18, so now you're able to fight in the U.S. Are you happy about that? That you can fight in your home country and you don't have to go to Mexico to get some fights in?
Well, of course, like, then I get to have, like, my family and friends come out, and I get to get that support that, like, obviously I had the support, but going down to Mexico because I'm not legal to fight in the States because it's kind of crazy.
Yeah, it's crazy. Most people go down to Mexico to drink, right? Because it's 18 over there. So you're going in there to get some fights in. Um, it's very interesting. Obviously, your dad is a huge figure in the mixed martial arts community. Um, have you just your whole life known that this is the path that you're going to be in? How did you realize, like, okay, I'm going to be a fighter?
Probably when I was about 12, 13, when I realized, okay, I'm probably going to be a professional fighter. When I started training more because I did softball and I played football and I tried to play every sport I could because I loved like the team sport and like but just that individual sport of like going in there by myself and showing people that I could work, but obviously having my dad and coaches like with me to help me along the way, but that fulfillment of like I did this, like this is me, like it's just there's nothing else that could fill that in any other sport.
Certainly. And has your dad kind of, how did your dad treat this whole thing? Did he like push you into MMA? Was he kind of like do whatever you want? Did he kind of keep you out of it? Because some parents maybe don't want their, daughters or sons to get into the sport.
Yeah, no. In the beginning, he completely pushed me away from it. He did not want me to do anything. He wanted me to just do jiu-jitsu just to protect myself, but he could not push me. Once he realized that he was not able to push me away from the sport, he just went along with it. He was like, I'd rather be with it than be out of it, And so ever since he realized that I want to wrestle jiu-jitsu, I want to fight, and he's been along by my side, and my mom.
So you've been looking at promotions here in the U.S. now that you're eligible to fight as a professional. We're here at PFL. You've checked out the show. Any interest in signing with them?
Of course, they are awesome. I just met with like a bunch of the people, and they like have that like family company, and I completely love everything about the PFL. It's a big chance.
And it's interesting because they have a season and a tournament format. You're coming from the wrestling world, so it's kind of, it's not the same thing, but certainly a similar style. You appreciate that?
Oh yeah, I relate to it so much from doing wrestling like my whole life, and I just love that tournament style. Okay, there's a bunch of people here. I get to basically beat up a bunch of people, or they beat me, and I love that tournament style because I relate to it so much. And having like a couple fights a night or just throughout the week, like I love that.
A lot of activity as well. I think it's 4 fights in 8 months.
Yeah, no, I love being active. I hate when I just have a fight and then 6 months later don't do anything. That's why like I'll have a fight and then go into like wrestling tournaments because like I'm constantly like trying to like be in the world of like combat, and I love competing.
Yeah. I was just talking to your dad. He said in 3 or 4 years everybody's gonna know who you are. Does it put a lot of pressure on you? Do you enjoy the sort of the expectations? Because I mean, you are the daughter of a former UFC heavyweight champion, a legend in the sport.
Obviously, like I before I was scared of the pressure. I didn't even know how to react to it, but now I love the pressure. I love that people expect me to be good or even as better than my dad, and I love that he set the tone, and I get to put the bar higher. But like what Muhammad Ali's grandson said, my name can only take me so far, and it's my job to take it farther.
That's definitely true. You've competed at 135, 145. Moving forward, what weight class do you want to stick around with? Or both?
Honestly, both works fine. I'd be double champ. That's like Amanda. That's obviously like the goal. But 35 it's so hard to cut. It's so hard to cut, especially because I feel all these girls that have to cut from 35 and see them fighting at 155 and 45. It's just easier. It's like Izzy Adesanya. He doesn't cut at all, and look how he fights and look how these girls fight. Like you just perform better.
I'm sure you look up a lot to your dad. But as far as female fighters, any role model or any fighter that you really like in the women's side?
Well, of course, Kayla Harrison, Amanda, Holly. I I love all the fighters. They're always been an inspiration. I mean, Ronda was the main reason why she really set the tone for women's MMA, and she was the reason why I'm like, oh, she could do it, I could do it. I always I love seeing girls that were able to do what guys can, and I love all the girls fighters that are out there.
All right, Bella. Well, I appreciate the time. Looking forward to seeing your career evolve over the next few years. Obviously, a very exciting prospect, and maybe I don't know, join PFL. Maybe we'll see you in the cage next time here.
I know,
Thank you very much.
thank you.